Hello, welcome to the new episode of Kwentuhan series. In this series, we bring in experts from tech industry and listen to their valuable experiences. For this episode, we have Parbaty Prajapaty, Senior Software Engineer at Spiralogics. Parvati Di, welcome to this episode.
Thank you, Vidya. Thank you for having me.
How are you, Di?
I'm well.
Great to know that, Di. Before we move on to any other topics or any other questions, please tell us something interesting about yourself, Di.
Further interesting, that might be sound interesting to you and all of you. I don't know, but I am a Scorpion, and I usually take things as a challenge, and I'm so much egoistic, you can say like that. Whenever someone says you can't do that, or poke me like don't do like that, I will do exactly opposite of that. That's me.
You believe in zodiac signs and you have that Scorpion energy.
Yeah, I do. Because that somehow that relates me.
Okay, that's of course an interesting thing about you. You have been working at Spiralogics for a very long time. Could you please share us about your role at Spiralogics?
I did join Spiralogics in 2013 as a senior software developer. Since then, till now, I'm continuing .NET development as a team lead. So far, I'm enjoying it.
Of course, and our team members at Spiralogics must be enjoying more working with you, as you are such a cheerful person. So, how long have you been in this career as in the career of tech industry?
Thank you for asking. It might sound like I'm too old now. It's more than 15 years in this career.
You don't look old, by the way. That's really some great experience. I'm very glad to have this conversation with you, who has experience of over 15 years in this industry. It's a pleasing moment for me. So, how did you start your journey as a software engineer?
I don't know what is the striking point, but I love to do calculation parts and programming parts, and while I need to choose my faculty in graduation, that it is BCA and computer applications and IT sectors was new subjects, and I was so fascinated about this, and after completing BCA, I found more like a connection to this programming field, and one of my teachers advised me to do programming at least 2 years. After that, you can choose whatever, but do programming at least 2 years, so that you might be successful, or because you are so much interested, you have so much interest, and I followed that. And after completing BCA, I was so much interested, and so waited for 5 more months to find the job. At last I could found. I start like that.
That's quite a journey. As you said, it was a new subject here in Nepal, and I believe that there was this stereotype that IT sector is usually meant for men. Not only IT sector, entire science faculty and STEM, it's meant for men, not for women. During that time, even these days, we see a very less representation of women in IT sector, and I'm glad that you are one of those very few women who made it to IT sector. So how was your experience dealing with this stereotype? I mean, how hard was it to work in an environment where majority were males in the workspace?
I don't believe in that stereotypes or these sectors are for males, these sectors are for females. Actually, in a contrast, I believe desk work or software development is more in a desk work rather than visiting field work, visiting to field, and that those are hard for me or any other female. I would say in that case I prefer IT, and I could found a lot more females. Yeah, definitely there are more numbers in for the male co-workers are there, but I could found more female as well, and not so like there are no females at all. That is not the case.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing to hear from you that you had an awesome experience working with this environment, and also had you believed this stereotype that it's only meant for men, you wouldn't be here. So that's the good part. And
yeah, of course. Now, while I do join my first job, there was from the very first job, the office was also they are encouraging women from the very first office, and there were 50-50 or you can say more than 50% were female. My colleagues were females, more than 50%. Now I have worked with a lot more male or colleagues as well. I found so easy, not so difficult, you can say.
So that's great. You are going to be an inspiration to our audience who are going to listen this and who think that women representation in IT sector is considerably less. So what do you think is difference in the work environment since you started to till now, as you have been working for so many years? Maybe it may be technical, such as software and tools, and physical environment such as office environment and even internet. Now after COVID, it's also work from home. What is the difference from how you started and now?
So many questions at once. Yeah, the work environment is changed so much. As you said, in technical side, the mobile mobile technology was just introduced while I start working. I didn't have mobile back then, and after that Ganendra Saab closed all the telephone and mobile. Then after release of then only I did have I got that mobile. Not only that mobile, other technology was also booming. Most of the technology was invented, and now we can have lots of and even mobile banking, and we could do online shopping. Lots of development is there in IT. And what was the question? There was lots of question.
Okay, thank you for letting me know these all things, because I'm from the generation Z and I don't know anything about it, and it's getting really interesting for me. So, uh, I was asking that what were the what are the changes you have observed in the workspace as the time has changed?
Yeah, on work. Yeah, you were also asking about the internet facility. Back then we don't have these most broadband or this internet facility, and we need to now people can search on Google and find the solution so quickly. And back then we don't have that much facility, and Google is not so much in game, and we could not find so much solution online. We had to go through documentation, books, and CDs. And from that point, I do not know much more about how to Google. I could not find Googling the solution as of now. I need to have listen for the Googling as well.
Okay, that's quite a thing, because we haven't been there, we haven't seen that. I mean, we as in the people of our generation haven't seen that, and it would be great to listen your experience for our audience as well. And I believe when you first started, there used to be issues of power cuts and load shedding. What were the difficulties during that time, Dee?
You remind me those days. Load shedding was up to 18 hours in some years. You might also face that. In that situation, we could not afford inverters up to work up to 18 hours. We do have power cuts, and somehow half day would be lost to work, right? And in that case, we need to manage our lunch hours, break times, according to the load shedding schedules. And on those times, we utilize having a hard copy of requirement to study and visualize the problem, and brainstorming sessions. We used to have those sessions, those were difficult days.
So, by making you remember those old times, am I making you feel old? Actually, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, I told you. I feel like I'm Willy Bazikopala like that. I feel like too much old.
As we are already into this conversation, what was the size of your first pen drive? We don't use pen drive now these days. What was the size of the pen drive?
Back then, my first pen drive was 1 GB. I didn't have that. While my pen drive was introduced, I believe that would be around 125 MB, 256 MB. My teacher used to have that, and he was so showing off for us, like, this is the pen drive. And you don't believe that the pen drive size was so much bigger, but storage size was so much smaller, and price would be so much higher. We could not afford that. I did buy one pen drive with 1 GB. That was 1,000 or 2,000. I don't remember right now.
I I think pen drive would be some accessory that someone would want to buy for such a long time back then. So, okay, now let's get back to professional talks. So, tell us about one of the biggest mistakes you have made during your career.
I don't remember such this is the biggest one. Usually, we need to have backups while releasing, right? At one time, I forgot to take backup of the previous working version, and then I do start releasing. After that, it was successful, but after releasing and checking again, we found like one working feature was breaked up. So we need to fix that up so soon, and we need to work extra hours, and we could not. We need to apologize for that to the customer. Yeah, that
So,
was.
and you had to do it back all again.
Not like that. The feature was so small, so that we could really fix that quickly. But it got us around 1-2 hours more. That time was the server was need to be shut down. So
Okay, and everybody make mistakes, and we actually learn from our mistakes, I believe so. So you have worked in so many projects, you have been working for this long time, so I believe that doing some projects or developing something is having ownership over those things. So you must be emotionally attached to some of the projects. Is there any project that you are emotionally attached to?
you can say me like that. I'm not so much emotion on that case, but no, whichever the project I worked on, that is somehow attached to me. The first project will always be there in our mind, so that because we could learn so much things from that. And I would say long-running projects like caseworks and others that are attached, but not like so much emotionally. You could I won't say like that, but that is attached somehow, because even strangers become so close one in so long time, in so much time, right? Yeah, I would say long-running projects.
Okay, so recently the trend of workspace has changed from physical to virtual mode, and after COVID, previously used to come to office and work, now it's turned to virtual. So how is your experience on virtual work experience? What are your things to say?
Why the COVID situation breaks now all the rules and saying about the office hours, right? It breaks our office hours, and now on the first place I was office would be 10 to 5, or but our job was not like 10 to 5. It's a different and flexible time as well. We need to meet our deadlines and other things. And while work from home and work virtually, we need to show our productive and we need to meet our deadlines, and in office we could say that is not completed, we were doing, but from home we need to show our outputs. not the days count. So I guess office is finding productive on virtual work rather than office work, and in virtual work I could engage on my personal task as well. I could complete I could have a time for personal and as well as work as well.
So virtual has been more productive for you, and also for
And
me personally,
yes,
I believe that.
sorry,
Yeah.
I remember that virtual virtual or WFH make me to do double duty right now. Yeah, it's
Yeah, you are a mom, and yeah, I was coming to this. You are a mom of 2 children, and you are also a wife, daughter-in-law, sister. You have a lot of roles to play, right? And how do you balance your roles in life, as in your personal life, with your professional life? Now, since it's virtual, responsibilities has been added more, so there is no personal space for office hours. So how do you manage this?
yeah, I think I had already told you. It's been double duty for now. Me now. Yeah, I need to. I can't stay on idle. So since the work culture is becoming different, I need to cope up with that. I need to work wake up early, and because our office time is started from 8, so I need to finish off the morning morning personal routine before 8. Then after I could devote my time to work. Then after at the evening hours, I used to return home by 5-6, but now I could not return home because I do engage on personal stuffs on break times and in the middle of work. So I will be continuing support and other things till 8 as well. But we have 2 days weekends off, so that make me easy to balance and spend quality time with family, and we do go short outing. Yeah, I visited. We had long vacation recently. That's going on. No complaints about that.
I could see your happy pictures of you and your children and your family, and that's good to know. So, okay, as the technology advances with time and the customer demand also has been increasing, what problems or opportunities come by and what is your strategy to adopt these changes?
Yeah, on that case, the technology is changed, as well as customers' knowledge is also enhanced. In that case, we can say like nowadays customer knows what they want and how they need how the output should be. Now, before we need to demo, and they figure out like you might have now seen the pictures of what the client required and how they become the tying on a tree, right? Nowadays they need what they want, they know about the needs, and in that case we have much easier while extracting the requirements, and in that case, and we can focus on product rather than their requirements. And we need to up to date on new technologies, and that is true. In that case, I'm not so. I feel like I'm not so much up to date. Sometimes I feel like, this was there since very beginning. I don't know about that. In that case, I need to go through these type of things, and need to revise again. Yeah, I'm not so up to date. You could say like that. I'm old-fashioned.
No, you are not. No, you are not. I didn't mean to call you in this episode to feel old. You are not old. You are very young, and you inspire me, Di. So,
thank you for that.
Okay, a lot of young people, especially people of my generation, have joined tech industry or even Spiralogics after you. So you may have mentored some of them. And what difference do you see between the expectation of software engineers of this generation, this as in my generation, and your generation? How different is it?
Back then, I didn't have so much idea about how. I know about the programming concepts and those only, but in a software development cycle, how it really works, what would be the process, right, from the correct process, and that was learned after I did start working. Right, I do start working. Nowadays, people, this generation people already knew that. Somehow they got the knowledge about knowledge from course of study or online stuffs. I could found lots of people have knowledge, this type of knowledge beforehand, and they are so much talented. I can say that.
So it may be also due to the technology and access to internet. It's more accessible. We didn't used to have internet back then at homes, in the hands of people, but we have internet now. We have YouTube. We have more channels, more resources to go through, and I believe that's why the people of this generation are learning so much more at a young age. Maybe that could be one of the reasons, right, Dee?
I think so. They do learn from the internet, and even my little son know how to Google. Like he doesn't know the spelling, but he speak up and just say and Google the things, right? So I think internet and this IT revolution makes people learn more than their age, I guess.
Yeah, of course, it's the access to resources. So this conversation has been really insightful with you, and I cannot believe that we have already completed most of our questions. I have one last question for you, Dee. So if you were to give advice to some young people who want to join tech industry, what would your advice be? For example, what could be the required soft and hard skills, and what is the core element is necessary for people to choose this field?
Yes. Thank you for the question, Vidya. This new generation is so lucky to have online resources, and course of studies are also made like that to groom the people into this field before they could start working professionally, right? And I believe all who are interested have knowledge what they want, what they need to have soft skills, and on the hard skill, people need to know about that, right? But I would suggest from my side, like there's not so much hard and fast rules, right? But you need to explore all the fields. There are lots of fields in IT as well. You need to explore all the fields and grab the opportunity and accept the challenge. Don't miss those, and you will excel in your loved fields in IT.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dee. This will be very insightful for the audience who are going to choose their career in IT. I believe so. And thank you for your time joining us for this episode of Kwentuhan series. And by this, we have come to end of our episode with Parbaty Prajapaty Dee. And we will see you in the next episode. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.